Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Ikram subject specialist and you are watching my YouTube channel English with Ikram. Dear students, today I am going to start BS series. On a very high demand of some students from different colleges and university, I have to start BS series. Though I am working on different aspects of language and ETA series and spoken English pronunciation. So today I am bound to start BS series because students want this. Initially, I will work on the topic suggested by some of my students. They want that I should present some topics. But afterwards, my plan is that I will start the syllabus of BS of different semesters with a proper sequence. But initially, some students have suggested different topics, so I am going to discuss those topics. Today, the first topic is ideas generating techniques. It is very important. What is ideas generation and what are the different techniques which are used to generate new ideas? Normally, what is there in our classes, in our classroom, that the teacher normally focus on lecture method. There isn't any idea generation. They don't bother to generate ideas from the students or group activities. Some students are given some group activity and they're asked to generate new ideas themselves. So there are different techniques, different strategies. But normally, I'm sorry to say, in our classrooms, whether it's school level or college or university level, the focus is always on lecture method. The students or the teachers, they don't bother to generate new ideas. There isn't any sort of mind mapping. There isn't any sort of brainstorming or elicitation. I'm going to discuss all these techniques, but normally it happens in our classes that the teacher just delivered a lecture and the participants are just passive listeners. They don't generate any idea themselves. Their ideas are not valued. उनकी ideas को, उनकी जो suggestions है, उनको value नहीं किया जाता. Normally a teacher delivered the lecture and students just listen and then they just copy. For example, I'm just giving you an example that for writing an essay or any assignment, what normally is the routine in our school and colleges or even universities, the teacher just writes something, just dictates something, just writes or deliver the lecture or write something on the whiteboard and then students just copy. So here their cognitive capabilities, they are just locked. Their cognitive capabilities are not improved. उनकी अपनी पर्सनल ग्रूमिंग नहीं होती. उनकी अपनी जो थिंकिंग कैपेसिटीज़ हैं, थिंकिंग कैपेबिलिटीज़ हैं, वो इम्प्रूव नहीं होती, वो लॉक्ड हो जाती हैं. Even at a very low level, even in class primary level, I've been in different trainings. When you ask a student of class 5th, grade 5, to write something, to give a topic or complete the story, write an essay, especially in group 4, they write very solid essays. But normally the teachers think that they can't. We just compel them to copy from the whiteboard. This is something very bad and the students' talent is not, you can say, find out. उनको आप उनके talent को, उनके hidden जो capabilities हैं, उनको polish नहीं किया जाता, उनको groom नहीं किया जाता. So what is generation of ideas? This is a process of generating a wide range of new ideas to improve, to enhance the intellectual level of the students. This is very important, to improve, to enhance the intellect of the students. And what are techniques? Ideas generating techniques are very important to shake up your routine. This is your routine, just to copy, just to imitate, just to write from any notes or any notebook. So idea generation techniques are very important. It's a great way to shake up your routine and spark new thoughts. आपके अंदर से आपके ideas को, आपके ख्यालात को, आपके suggestions को बाहर निकाल, out of your brain, to get information, to get ideas from your brain. These idea generation techniques are very much important. So what are those techniques? Let's get started. Technique number 1 is brainstorming. Brainstorming is a very well-known technique used by many people all over the world. Especially, just I give you an example. For example, if a teacher starts teaching how to write an essay, first of all, he will brainstorm. And what is brainstorm? Brainstorming is the generation of totally new ideas. And while brainstorming, you have to give value to each and every idea shared by the students. There is no concept of right and wrong. ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग में राइट और रॉन्ग का कोई कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है. यू हैव टू गिव वैल्यू, यू हैव टू गिव वेटेज टू ईच एंड every idea shared by the students. Whether it's brainstorming is done by the teacher or it's a group work. Students are given a group work and they are asked to write some assignment, share their ideas about any topic, and there the students themselves, they brainstorm, they share their ideas. And here you have to note down each and every idea. I will do brainstorming later on. I will give you just an example. So here the process is the students, the participant, the team member, they share their ideas, and each and every idea is equally important. You have to give value. There are certain principles of brainstorming I'm going to discuss, but in brainstorming you have to note down, you have to give value to each and every idea shared by the participant or the students or the team members. If it's a teamwork, it's a group work, so you have to note down the ideas shared by each and every team member. Whether ideas are new, whether ideas you already know, whether the ideas are totally strange or awkward or even sometimes totally irrelevant, but you have to give value. This is the first step, first process. You have to take ideas by all the participants, by all the students. This is brainstorming. About any topic, you just write the topic, you encircle the topic, and then you ask the participant to share their ideas, what they know about that, what's their idea, what's their suggestion. And then after this brainstorming, the teacher or the person who is doing the brainstorming, he will filter through all the suggestions. He will filter through all the ideas. He build up the ideas. He will try to draw the connection between all the suggestions, and then he will improve, and he will draw the final. He will try to come to the final solution with the help of all those suggestions. This is the process of brainstorming. Okay. Then there are 4 main principles of brainstorming. Whenever you are doing this brainstorming, you have to keep these 4 principles in your mind. Principle number 1 is quantity over quality. The same thing that I have already discussed, that you have to keep this thing in mind, that you have to be very much conscious about quantity. Don't wait for the quality. ये नहीं कि आप कोई standard के ideas आएंगे तो आप उनको note down, उनको value करेंगे. I have already told you that whether the ideas are new or old or relevant or irrelevant or not up to that standard, you have to give weightage to each and every idea, because here you will encourage the student. Whatever comes in your mind first, you have to share that. Whatever is there in your mind, you have to share that. This is a sort of creativity. You have to encourage the creation level of your students, the participants. Whatever comes in your mind at first, you have to just share that. जो टॉपिक आपने बोर्ड पे लिखा है, या द टॉपिक जिसका आप बात कर रहे हैं, जो असाइनमेंट है, आप किसी भी चीज़ पे आप व्यूज़ ले रहे हैं, तो आपके पार्टिसिपेंट के दिमाग में जो भी आइडिया एट फर्स्ट आता है, यू हैव टू शेयर दैट आइडिया. That idea should be given equal importance. So here quantity is important. As much idea, as many ideas as possible. जितने ideas आपके participant के पास हैं, they have to share all those ideas. Quality पे आपने quantity को prefer करना है. Quantity should be preferred over here, not wait for the quality. So this is first principle of brainstorming, that quantity over quality. Then the next principle is withhold criticism. You have to criticize your participants. Whatever they think, whatever comes in their mind, they have to share that. Sometimes they may be relevant or irrelevant, up to standard or below standard sometimes, but you have to give weightage. You have to encourage your participant to share their ideas. This is just sharing of new ideas. This is just generation of new ideas. So don't criticize, don't discourage the participant, though this is not up to the standard, this is totally irrelevant. Don't say like this, right? So you have to withhold criticism. Criticism will not be there. आप किसी भी पार्टिसिपेंट को, किसी भी टीम मेंबर को, किसी भी स्टूडेंट को क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करेंगे, डिस्करेज नहीं करेंगे कि दिस इज नॉट रेलेवेंट, दिस इज नॉट अप टू द स्टैंडर्ड, दिस इज नॉट अप टू द मार्क. Just encourage him to share his ideas, because we are just generating new ideas, right? Principle number 3 is welcome to crazy ideas. Sometimes your student will think out of the box. Let them think out of the box. Some crazy ideas will be there. Even you have to welcome those ideas, some very strange ideas. So you have to encourage your student to think out of the box. उससे हट के भी अगर वो सोचते हैं, अगर ऐसे आइडियाज़ शेयर करते हैं, even you have to welcome those ideas, because again this is ideas generation. Encourage them to generate new ideas, to share new ideas. So at least they are sharing something, at least they are sharing their ideas, so their ideas should be given equal value, equal importance, equal worth, right? And then principle number 4 is combine, refine or filter, and then improve ideas. Now this is the responsibility of the person, the teacher, or the member who is doing brainstorming, who is writing down. He has to combine all the suggestions, all the ideas shared by the student, by the participant, by the team member, then refine and filter through. You have to filter all the suggestions, all the ideas. आपने वो तमाम ideas जो आपके participants ने, students ने share किए, आपने उनको filter करना है. Ideas will be there. You have written all the ideas on the board or in your notebook if you are doing in a group work. So आपने उस तमाम ideas को filter करना है. Then you have to draw connection between all the suggestions, all the ideas. Then you will build up all those ideas and then you will come to a final solution. आप जो भी टॉपिक है उसके फाइनल सोल्यूशन पे आप आ जाएंगे. दिस इज द फाइनल सोल्यूशन बेस्ड ऑन द आइडियाज, द सजेशन शेयर्ड बाय ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट. So these are 4 principles of brainstorming. Now I will give you an example of brainstorming. So here is an example of brainstorming. How will you note down the ideas and what is the process of brainstorming? For example, here this is the main topic. This is the main topic. The topic you have been giving for writing any assignment, or you are taking ideas from the participant, from the students about the topic. So this is the main topic that you have written down and you have encircled that. Then there are different ideas which will be shared by some participants. Any new idea, you will note down. Ideas may be new. Any idea. One participant has shared a totally strange idea, but you have to note down. You have to give value. I have discussed this in detail, that you have to give value to each and every idea. This is sometimes an irrelevant idea. This is an idea that you already know. If you are working in group, ऐसा आइडिया शेयर किया है तो ऐसा कोई ख़ास नहीं है, न्यू नहीं है. एनी वन मोर आइडिया. तो डिफरेंट आइडियाज़ विल बी शेयर्ड बाय द पार्टिसिपेंट्स अबाउट द मेन टॉपिक. फॉर एग्जांपल, द टॉपिक इज़ you have been given an assignment to write anything, an essay or anything about the topic. The topic is, for example, stress. I'm talking about phonetics phonology. Stress. You will write stress over here. You will encircle that, and then you will ask the participant, the team member, that what do they know about stress. They will share different ideas. One person said, for example, it's puff of air. Yes, it is when we say something with force. Something say that extra emphasis. You will write down. Some people will stay totally irrelevant or awkward ideas. You will note down. And then at the end you will filter through all these ideas. You will build up all these ideas. You will improve all these ideas, and then you will try to come up to a final solution. Okay, what actually the stress is. So this is called brainstorming. This is technique to generate new ideas. Totally new ideas will be generated. You will try to generate totally new ideas. You will write down, note down, and then you will jot down. You will collect. You will build up all on the basis of all these ideas. You will draw connection between these ideas, and then finally you will try to come up to a final solution. So this is all about brainstorming. The next very important technique is very close to this one. This is elicitation. Again, this is also very important technique to generate ideas. But this is very close to brainstorming. There is a slight difference between brainstorming and elicitation. In brainstorming, what you normally do, you try to generate totally new ideas. You just note down different ideas, as I have given you the example. But here in elicitation, you ask questions. You ask different close and open questions, and you try to check the background knowledge of your participant, the students, what they already know about anything, about a topic. That is elicitation. You ask different questions. Here you try to know the background knowledge by asking questions. Close question. There are different other techniques of elicitation. Sometimes you ask questions, close, and what do you know about this, the thing that you are going to teach, any topic. For example, the topic is sounds of English language. How many sounds are there in English language? How many sounds are consonant? What is consonant? What is vowel sound? What is long vowel? You try to check the background knowledge of the students by asking different close and open questions. This is elicitation. And there are some other techniques. For example, you can just show them a picture. If you are teaching them about anything, you will just show them the picture. And then you ask the students, do you know who is this? Or what do you know about this person, this thing? And then sometimes you take the realia. This is again another technique of elicitation, that you use realia. What is realia? The real object. आप जिस चीज़ के बारे में पढ़ा रहे हैं उसका रियल, उसका जो चीज़ है इन रियल सेंस रियली ऐसे कहते हैं, उसको आप क्लास में लेके आते हैं. एंड देन यू आस्क डिफरेंट क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम द पार्टिसिपेंट, फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स, दैट व्हाट डू यू नो अबाउट दिस. दे शेयर देयर नॉलेज, दे शेयर देयर इंफॉर्मेशन दैट दे ऑलरेडी हैव. This is elicitation. There is a slight difference. In brainstorming, you try to generate totally new ideas. And here, by asking different close and open questions, you try to check their background knowledge. This is elicitation. There is a slight difference, very close to brainstorming, but this is something different as compared to brainstorming. Here you ask questions, and whatever the students respond, उनका जो respond होता है, you try to write down on the board. And then with the help of their background knowledge, you try to teach them. आप उनसे जो इन्फॉर्मेशन लेते हैं, उनका बैकग्राउंड नॉलेज चेक करने के बाद, when you start teaching about that thing, then that's very important. It's a group और ग्रुप एक्टिविटी का ग्रुप में काम हो रहा है, तो आप elicitation करते हैं, अपने पार्टिसिपेंट से डिफरेंट क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, एंड देन दैट यू ट्राई टू नोट डाउन ऑल द इन्फॉर्मेशन शेयर्ड बाय द स्टूडेंट्स, एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दोज इन्फॉर्मेशन आप उस टॉपिक को आगे लेके जाते हैं. तो दिस इज elicitation. Right. Number 3, that is mind mapping. Again, very important. This is very effective technique to get information out of the brain of the participants. This is called mind mapping. Mind mapping is a very important technique for the generation of new ideas. This is a very effective technique to get information. If you just try to note down, to get information out of brain. And here the informations are organized. Unlike brainstorming, where you just take random ideas, here the informations are well organized. And if you don't have any knowledge about the topic, you cannot mind map. This is just like a spider's web. जैसे मकड़ी का जाल होता है, तो mind mapping is like that. And you have to do mind mapping yourself before teaching anything, any topic. You just mind map. This is a sort of outlining. For example, I am teaching about parts of speech. Here I will write parts of speech. This is the main topic. This is the main idea. Then there will be some, this is, you can say, the tree. Then there will be branches. Then there will be more twigs. जो दरख्त है, दरख्त के आगे उसका मेन ब्रांच जाती है, आगे छोटी छोटी ट्विग्स, छोटी छोटी शाखें होती हैं. दिस इज जस्ट लाइक माइंड मैपिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच. व्हाट आर द पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच? फॉर एग्जांपल noun is one part of speech. Then what is noun? Noun is a naming word. Then you can give some example. Aslam, Karachi, Lahore. This is mind mapping. Another part of speech is, for example, verb. Then what is a verb? Verb or actions. Then actions, for example, eat. So this is the main tree, main topic. Then there are the branches, then there are some twigs. So this is called mind mapping. This is very important for outlining, to write, to give an outline about a main topic. Is that clear? आपने main topic लिखा center में, and you have to do mind mapping yourself. आप mind mapping करते हैं. You ask about parts of speech. What is noun? Noun क्या है? Then पार्ट्स ऑफ स्पीच में और बहुत सारी चीज़ें. वर्ब है, वर्ब क्या है आगे. तो दिस इज़ मेन ट्री. देन देर आर डिफरेंट ब्रांचेस एंड देन देर आर डिफरेंट ट्विग्स. तो मेन टॉपिक, उसके आगे ब्रांचेस, उसके आगे मुख्तलिफ टहनियाँ शाखें. तो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड माइंड मैपिंग. जस्ट लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल यू सी द मैप ऑफ फॉर एग्जांपल पाकिस्तान. इन दैट इज़ अ मैप. देर आर सर्टेन प्रोविंसेस and then there are certain cities. आप दुनिया का नक्शा देखें तो 10 माइंड मैप है. there are certain continents, then there are certain countries, then there are certain cities, then there are certain minor things. This is a sort of mind mapping. Is that clear? What is mind mapping? This is a spider's web. Main topic, then there are subtopics, then there are subheadings, subtopics. So it is like just like a spider's web. This is mind mapping, which is very important to generate new ideas. It may be by the teacher, from the students, or within a group activity, from your participant or from your team members. You just mind map. आप एक पेपर पे, आप एक बोर्ड पे mind mapping करते हैं. Main topics, उसके आगे further detail, then further detail. Then when you combine all these things together, you have a good assignment. You have a good essay or assignment about any topic. So this is called mind mapping. I hope now the mind mapping is clear. The next, some minor techniques. Number 4 is role playing. This is also very important to generate new ideas. To walk in somebody else's shoes. That's very important. If you want to teach about anything, any person, any, you can say, familiar character or any character from social situation, it's very important, especially at very low level, at primary or you can say secondary level. And you asked the students to act like that, to play that particular role. You as a teacher, you yourself or the team member, you yourself play the role of that person that you have taken from any social situation or any, you can say, any familiar character, or you ask the students. It means that he or she has certain ideas and he has to share those ideas. This is also a sort of idea generation. रोल प्लेइंग, आप जिस चीज़ के बारे में पढ़ा रहे हैं, जिस शख्स के बारे में पढ़ा रहे हैं, ऐसे किसी कैरेक्टर, अपने सोशल सिचुएशन से किसी कैरेक्टर के बारे में पढ़ा रहे हैं या डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, एंड यू योरसेल्फ प्ले द पार्ट ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर कैरेक्टर, और यू आस्क द पार्टिसिपेंट और द स्टूडेंट टू एक्ट लाइक दैट. This is ideas generation. For example, I just give you an example that you are discussing the act begging. What is begging? And then you yourself act like a beggar, or you ask any participant, any student to act like a beggar. What is a beggar? How does he beg? उसका character क्या है, उसका role क्या है, or anything, any character, any situation, any that you have taken from the society or any familiar character, you yourself play that part, or you ask the participant or any participant, any student plays that part. So this is idea generation. Generate new ideas with the help of those role playing, right? The next one is flowchart. This is very important. Flowchart, that is another technique for the generation of new ideas. What is flowchart? It's a graphical representation of any algorithm. What is algorithm? Algorithm is a step-by-step writing something, a process of certain thing. And when you represent that step-by-step writing with the help of certain symbols, here in flowchart certain symbols are used. For example, this is the symbol for start or stop. Then these arrows are used. These arrows represent the flow. Then these rectangular symbols are used for processing. So this is a flowchart. This is a kind of flowchart. Any algorithm, any step-by-step writing, and you have to follow that step with if you represent that step-by-step writing or any process of a certain thing with the help of these certain symbols, that is called flowchart. There may be like this. Then it may come over here. There are some more symbols which are used in this flowchart. So for example, I just give you an example that if you are a very simple example, process of tea making. What is the process of tea making? This is an algorithm. For example, first you do this, then there is a step-by-step process, there is step-by-step writing. And if you represent this algorithm, this step-by-step process, this step-by-step writing with the help of certain symbols, this is flowchart, right? For example, the start, what is the start? Then, for example, one more example, the address. If you are giving an address to somebody, you have to, where is the, for example, market. So there is a step-by-step. First you will go there, then you have to take right, then you have to go straight, then there will be a bus stop, then you will have to take left. Then this is a step-by-step process. And if you represent this algorithm with the help of this flowchart, with the help of certain specific symbols, with a logical sequence, that is a kind of flowchart. So I hope the concept of flowchart. There are some more symbols. You can consult any flowchart. There are certain specific symbols, especially in computer, or you can say this is especially in computer language or C language. These flowcharts are used. So this is the process. I have discussed what basically flowchart is. Certain symbols are used to represent a graphically representation of certain algorithms, any step-by-step writing, right? This was technique number 5. So the last one, that is number 6, think, pair and share. There are many other such minor techniques which are used to generate new ideas, but commonly these 5 or these 6 are very important techniques to generate new ideas. And generation of new ideas, again I tell you, that's very important. Don't just rely on routine. You have to shake up your routine. You have to spark new ideas. Apne new ideas, you have to encourage the participant or the student to generate, to share their ideas, to think. If their thinking process, thinking capability is locked, then they will just learn a stereotype learning, or you can say there will be no learning. In a class, teachers talk time, TTT, there should be as minimum as possible. The student, the participants, that they should be involved. You have to get the participants involved in certain activities. They should be given some assignment, and then they will be encouraged to share their ideas, to think. So what is think, pair and share? It's a sort of pair work. When two students, when two participants, they're asked to do something, do an activity or any assignment, first they think, and whatever they think, they have certain ideas, then they pair. they pair their ideas with the partner, and then they share those ideas. So this is thinking, pairing, and sharing. When some participants are working in pairs, they think, and then after thinking, their ideas are shared with each other. So this is thinking, pairing. The students who work together, then pair work, then share their ideas, and they accomplish a task. Whatever the task that has been given to them, they accomplish their task, they complete that particular task with the help of this technique. They first think individually, then they pair, and then share those ideas to complete any particular task. So this is another technique, thinking, pairing, and sharing, especially when you are working in pairs. This is activity-based learning. Sometimes you work in pairs, sometimes you work in trios, sometimes you work in group, sometimes there's the whole class. The teacher is in front of you, and he is doing all the things, brainstorming and elicitation, and sometimes you yourself in groups or pairs or trios, you do all these things. So these were some very important techniques for sharing ideas, for generating new ideas, and these ideas generation techniques are very much important for solid learning, for quality learning, for quality teaching and learning process. If a teacher just deliver the lecture and students just copy or note down in their notebooks, this is not teaching and learning process. I hope your concept about ideas generation techniques is clear now. Even then, if you have any query, any ambiguity, you may ask questions right there in the comment box of my videos. Keep on watching my videos. This is just first topic, and your feedback is very important. You have to give your feedbacks. I am talking to especially BS students. If you are satisfied, if your feedback is positive, then I will discuss all the topics suggested by you, by the students. Many students have suggested different topics, and then after that I will start BS all the semester, the course of BS, with a proper sequence. And inshallah, I hope that you will get satisfied. And if you have any query, my WhatsApp number is there. You can ask me, and even you can comment down in the comment box of my videos. I will respond there. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.